Gotta fight the fight you didn't dare to fight last time, motherfucker. You're addicted to your life. You gotta fight.
Coming up next, it's a UFC heavyweight division collision. Well, this young man is a really accomplished submission specialist, and sometimes fighters get offended when you call them a specialist, but most people know what he's trying to do in there, and to this point, no one's really been able to stop him.
John, he will try to pull guard. He pulls guard anymore in the UFC at this point, but he understands that for him to be successful, the fight has to be in the grappling, in the jiu-jitsu. If he's able to extend these jiu-jitsu exchanges, he is the guy that is generally going to win. He understands position. He understands going from point A to point B. He always is the one controlling the underhook. Always has the frame. Just a knowledge of jiu-jitsu that not many people can match.
And you can be sure as he makes this walk tonight, he's thinking about just how quickly he can get this fight to the ground and utilize those aforementioned high-level submission skills. Well, you can argue this is the most influential martial artist of all time, the great Bruce Lee, making his walk to the octagon here tonight, champ.
Everybody wants to be Bruce Lee. They say they want to be like Mike. If you're a fighter, you want it to be like Bruce Lee. You want it to be that fast. You want it to be that charismatic. You want it to have an ability to just freeze your opponents. Your speed, your movement, just the diversity in the attacks that you can give your opponents would just confuse people. I mean, I watched him beat a 7-foot Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to stay undefeated.
Right.
If you can do that, you can do anything.
I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Bruce Lee in a nutshell.
Just so wise.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Dan Bergliata. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 116 pounds, fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, live. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Los Angeles, California, Bruce the Dragon Lee.
All right, commit to the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners, come out fighting.
They touch him up, and we are underway.
Ready?
Dateline, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the fight capital of the world. With respect to anywhere else you want to go, if I'm a fighter, if I'm an athlete in combat sports, this is where I want to be.
You want to fight in Vegas, and now this beautiful T-Mobile Arena is the backdrop for tonight's great UFC event.
Well,
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. He's done. He's done.
oh, straight right. Switching stances here. And there comes the separation now. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman. Big kick land.
Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active.
That was a thudding leg kick.
Goes back to the southpaw stance here. Hey, finally gets the takedown. It wasn't for any lack of effort, but finally that shot was good enough to get his opponent down.
I don't know how many times, John, I could have watched this guy shoot takedown attempts without securing one. It's almost like out of pity. You feel good for him to finally get it done. Now what does he do with this top control?
Well, hard to win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by Lee. Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
Under 2 minutes now to go in the opening round. Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
And now they are throwing both sides with conviction. Maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night.
And they separate. All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. Oh! Huge kick to the head. Lee gets caught with that punch. He's treading water now. Gotta find a way to move those feet. Man, is he timing his shot. Whoa!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? What a fight so far. So the crowd voicing its appreciation after that round. We had a knockdown courtesy of a punch midway through. DC, here's your highlight.
It was straight. He threw him in combination and landed that big punch that really did hurt his opponent. Lesser men would have been done. He's got a tough guy in front of him. He will have to go back to this again. He will have to get back to this action if he wants to get the desired finish.
Had him hurt, almost finished. Look at him on the stool. He's still wobbling. This round, he'll put the pressure on. Get right in his face.
You ready? You ready?
All right, round two. Oh, nice land there with the punch. You see, he's taking advantage of what is an obvious edge and reach.
Big shot land.
Superman punch lands. And they separate.
Nice leg kick.
Try to establish that jab. Stuffs the takedown, no problem.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Changes his stance. That shot blocked by Lee. Oh, collar tie.
Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
Just misses there with the left. 3 minutes remain in the round. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. And he is back up to his feet.
Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt. Great punch landed with so much power.
Back and forth we go here. Oh, he lands the Superman punch. Spinning back fist. Didn't see that one coming. Well, he misses with the left punch there. Oh, significant strike attempt there, but a huge block. Well, he is really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive than we saw in round 1, and now starting to find himself in the pocket.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
All right, he engages in a single collar tie here.
Look at the control of the posture as they land that knee. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range. Superman punch.
Takedown defense holds up. Oh, beautiful execution with the knee strike there. Now we'll see if he can follow it up.
What you follow up a beautiful strike like that knee with, you'll see very shortly. Came of inches right there. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the highlights from those previous 5 minutes, DC, and no padding, no glove on that foot.
No glove, no padding, and look at the hip action when he throws those kicks. He's not only kicking just for feel, he's really trying to damage his opponent, and as the fight goes longer, you will start to see it taking effect.
All right, here we go with our next round, and really shades of the Diaz brothers in that previous round. A lot of volume, a lot of accuracy, just a lot of efficiency on the feet.
Very, very efficient. Good round in the sense that he did not throw everything with absolute power, but he was touching the entire time. Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now. Came of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night as that landed.
Got a single collar tie. Oh, another strike to the body. Not a lot of real estate there, but he found it.
Very tricky when he throws that body kick. Beautiful punch. He's throwing every part of himself into this big leg.
He's out!
Unbelievable! Oh my goodness, what a fight.
Yeah, man, crowd loving it. Just a gorgeous shot there to end the fight. Really just the way he drew it up. He found the opening and capitalized on it to the utmost extent. Nicely done to finish the fight. Oh, we'll take a look back at the highlights. You know we're going to find that nasty head kick somewhere in this highlight rip. Just an incredible result for him here tonight.
A very nice head kick to finish the fight, but don't ignore all the work he did with his hands and give credit to the opponent. The opponent was in there every step of the way. And in order to get a fight of the night like you got tonight, both guys have to be willing to participate.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 17 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
All right, so there he is, the man of the hour. What a massive knockout for him to get this win in style tonight.
He did everything he needed to do to find the knockout. Now he can celebrate with his family and friends as they earn this spectacular victory.